Hello, hello. I am live. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? We are live. This Sunday, hour of power, as some people say. How is everyone doing? How is life treating everyone? Here's your boy, the one, EJS. In a very celebratory, but yet a little bit more chill mood. I've had a very, very busy. Things just been constantly busy. It's been a steady flow. It ain't nothing changed, but the projects and the events. Oh, excuse me. Ain't nothing changed, but the projects and the events, people. How has life been treating y'all? I'm just here on the Sunday night stream. And I'm going to talk about, for just the love of art, various topics as we usually do, but for the love of art. And ARTBREAK is a huge factor in that. Huge factor for the mere fact that I worked it this week. And today, my mom, who represented J.S. Clark had won the best booth in the elementary category, which was awesome. Definitely a truly amazing moment. Truly awesome and amazing moment. Truly awesome and amazing moment. Hello, what's going on, everybody? Hello, Emily Marquez. How are you? How's your Sunday been going? How was your week? And are you ready for this new week, Emily Marquez? How has life been treating you? Been treating you good? Good. Awesome. And anybody that celebrates Cinco de Mayo, happy early Cinco de Mayo. Stay tuned. I have some skits for that. I have a skit for that I've been thinking about. And you might be seeing it very, very, very soon. Oh, yeah. We're going to have some fun on Cinco de Mayo. But I like to have fun with a little bit of substance. Not that type of substance. Get your mind out that realm. Substance like a good message, you know? And speaking of Cinco de Mayo, there's been a lot of just things worth celebrating. From my mom's school winning an award to, thank you, Emily. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being a supporter. To just my own projects, successes. Speaking of that, I want to talk to y'all about the talent show I was in this past weekend. Yesterday. Yo, what's up? What's going on? I think I call Yoav. Can I just call you Yo? Yoav? What's going on there? How are you doing, my friend? And if you don't mind, my friends, when y'all come in to show YouTube that I'm on the road and I'm doing the right thing, If y'all hit that like button for me, I greatly appreciate that. That, if you can't put in a monetization, hey, by all means, a like does a heck of a lot. Thank you so much, my friends. You are awesome. I'm telling you right now, Emily Marquez, Yoav, and Amelia Battis are awesome. Hey, what's going on, Amelia? Oh, Battis. And not like the name Battis. So are you telling the world you the baddest? Amelia is the baddest. If you are the baddest, hey, tell them don't mess with you. Only the baddest join my live, so I guess you're in the right place. I'm just sitting here chilling, talking about ARTBREAK. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the support. With ARTBREAK, I said my mom's school ended up winning best booth. And in my case, I end up winning second place in the talent show. I'm going to say it. I won second place in the talent show, which I am very, very, very humbled about. I didn't expect it. I was asked to be in the talent show, and I was just going really just to showcase, my skills. And I had sung a song at the talent show. Yes, I did. I took the calculated risk to showcase my voice outside of a church house. So it was at a school. It was like community talent show. And yeah, that's what it was. And I'm definitely grateful, very, very, very grateful to be in the talent show and win a prize. That really means a lot. And for the audience to enjoy my performance, that really means a lot. And on this journey, with my mom winning award, I won an award. And with so much going on, like with ARTBREAK, a theater production that I've been signed on to do, called The Hourglass. I'll tell you more about it in the future. The events that have been in the area, I got such a big backlog with vlogging. One of the vlogs, a restaurant by the name of Critters Corral, I'm going to release this week. Y'all hold me to it. And as I stated a couple of lives ago, a change is coming with my channel. Thank you so much for the likes. And what I mean by change is coming, y'all see I'm just sitting here on my lazy boy chair, just put on my phone and just talk with y'all and everything. But, excuse me, I want to do more. I want to grow and sharpen my skills. Yo, what's going on? King Gabe is in the house. King Gabe is in the house. Royalty is in the house. And I'm sure if King Gabe is in the house, Queen Tina is not too far away. She's probably right along with you. Say hey to King Gabe, everybody. King Gabe was at my church today. He really surprised me. I didn't know he was going to come to my church, and I greatly appreciate it. I got to return the favor. Whenever I have a Sunday off or free time, I got to stop by your church, Gabe. I definitely got to do that. Well, yeah, Gabe, my mom won the award. My mom and J.S. Clark, not just her, but J.S. Clark, the school that she works for. Of course, her being the art teacher, she spearheaded the idea of the idea and the concept of the booth. J.S. Clark ended up winning in the elementary category for best booth at ARTBREAK. So that was absolutely awesome. And so and I also won second place in the talent show. Yep, I won second place in the talent show. And I was really honored, really, really humbled. Yep, she teaches art. She teaches art, but she also teaches music. Thank you, Emily Marquez. And so and I had won second place in the art in a talent show. And in a future vlog, you guys will see me sing, which is another talent of mine. So I dabble off into the music world as well. I want to dabble off into it more. And that's why I talk about changing things and you're going to see more adventures from your man right here. So we got Emily Marquez. We got Amelia Baddest. I put a "the" right there in the middle of it for the baddest. Because you don't have no last name like that, and you don't have like a "the" Amelia the Baddest. Because I mean, baddest, that's one of the baddest names I've heard, so that's cool. And then we got Miracle Productions, True Productions. And so yeah. And so things are really lining up. And there's something I really want to do, just venture off more, not only into vlogs, but just other things of, talking with talent. I've already kind of interviewed some talent. Some talent has interviewed me. Mr. Kelcorn, yo, what's going on, Mr. Kelcorn? How you doing there, man? Everybody waving my boy Kelcorn. What's going on with you there, partner? How has the day been treating you? How has your Sunday been treating you? How has life been treating you? Woo! Back in the game, my friend. I won second place in the talent show. My mom and her school at J.S. Clark had won the elementary category at ARTBREAK. And then I have another theater show that I just booked, keep me busy, keep my work going, and I'm really, really grateful. And one thing I want to do, since we talk about for the love of art, I want to showcase more of my creativity, more of my writing skills, more just things, just tangible things that more than just my performance. Oh, yeah, your mother's birthday party. Awesome. Thank you, Gabe. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'll work on it. I'll do my best. Also, Emily and Amelia, I want to ask, are you guys on Discord? If not, I am on Facebook, the one EJS. I barely have anything on the page because I mainly use my personal page. But you guys just want to follow me there or on Instagram as well. If not, like I say, Discord, you'll be in the group. Whenever I come out with a new video, I'll always notify the group. Just so everybody kind of see, if when I release videos, I release them on multiple platforms. Excuse me. I'm also on TikTok as well. I'm also on TikTok, and shame on me, I don't remember my TikTok handle by heart, but I believe it's E. Sherman. That's what I'm gonna do. Shame on me with that. I know. I just post on TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know my own handle. But I'm definitely gonna let y'all know now. So that way y'all can see me on TikTok. All the support is much appreciated. But I have a lot of projects that are just constantly coming. A lot of blessings that just constantly come my way. And all I have to just say is, thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. I'm just grateful for it. It is, Gabe. It is. I don't just release them on one platform. I release them on any platform that supports me. And my TikTok, if you guys just want to see that, is EJ Sherman 93. So EJSHERMAN and the number 93. So that's just if y'all want to see me on there. If it's not on TikTok, hey, I'm on multiple platforms. We've been on the live for 14 minutes. How's everybody doing so far in these 14 minutes? As I was stating, my presentation here on the lives will slowly but surely change. I'm not going to lock on to anything yet. You're just going to see it. We're going on this journey together because I want to take it more seriously. I want to take this to higher heights. as a performer, as a creator, as an all-around creative. I've noticed and I've started to embrace that I can't just be in one particular box. None of us can, especially not in this day and time where the economy is the way that it is. You just cannot stay in one box. You really, really can't. And that's not just in entertainment, that's in business, that's in music, that's in culinary, that's in medical, that's in government, anywhere. That's okay. That's okay, Amelia. And I'm like this. If not, that is absolutely cool. You know I'm here on YouTube. You just like and subscribe and share and don't forget me. And just know that hey, I go live Monday and Friday at 8 o'clock, 8:30 if I'm late. And just stay tuned because I do more than that. I have some skits on the way. I'm actually tonight. Hold me to it, y'all. I am going to record a skit and you guys will see it first thing in the morning. If not first thing in the morning, definitely early in the day. And some vlogs, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of ventures that I go on, from acting gigs to community theater to restaurant reviews, different things like that. Oh, my mom's calling me. I have to let her know that I'm on the live right now. Yeah, I'll stay right there. She probably gonna call me on the house phone. Yep. So y'all stay right there because she probably gonna call on the house phone. Oh, that's her. What I tell you. Everybody stay there for me. Hello. No. I'll come back. All right. I'm back, y'all. That's just on the phone with Mama. She checking on me. I was supposed to stop by the house tonight. I told her I just gotta stop by tomorrow. I wanted to keep my promises. When I tell the audience that hey, I'm going to go live tonight, I am consistent with it. So I stay consistent. Okay, I stay consistent with my work and everything like that. You don't need to be seeing my legs. Hey, that kind of show. But yeah, I got this sweet puppy right here. Sweet puppy. Y'all want to see sweet puppy? You want to be on camera, puppy? Huh, puppy? You want to be on camera, puppy? I had to fuss at her earlier, y'all, because she wanted to be in the kitchen all the time. She know better than get in the kitchen. Come here, puppy. Come here, puppy. Get your butt here, puppy. Yo, sweet puppy. Y'all look at here's my puppy. Look at this puppy. This is my puppy. You ain't kissing me, puppy. You be eating booty. Here's my sweet old puppy. Look at your sweet old puppy. Oh, it is May 4th. May the 4th be with... No, May the Schwartz be with you. If y'all ever seen Spaceballs. I haven't watched Star Wars today. Shame on me. I haven't watched anything Star Wars. I'm going to see if there's a... I'm glad you said that. May the 4th be with you. And no, I didn't do a Star Wars thing. There's too many things coming back to back on each other. You got Star Wars with May the 4th and Cinco de Mayo. So, hey, I'm just going to say May the 4th be with you. Or in the words of the folks in Spaceballs, may the Schwartz be with you. Yeah, the Schwartz. Hold on, we gonna see. Somebody got a Star Wars movie they ain't got to pay for. I know I'm being cheap, but at the same time, no. I've got enough subscriptions. Star Wars. Let's see. Hang on, I'm yawning like crazy. The Phantom Menace, the original Star Wars, Rogue One, Revenge of the Sith, The New Hope, Last Jedi, Spaceballs that we was talking about. Because what you got is what we need, and all we do is Where the space balls. Watch out. Where the space balls. Oh, they guys want to pay for it. No. Shame on y'all for wanting to pay for Star Wars. Return of the Jedi. Let me see. I know they're going to have us pay for Return of the Jedi. Attack of the Clones. They got so many. Empire Strikes Back. They charging us for all. I already got Amazon. Man, I need to go on Amazon. No, that thing, you go on Amazon, they charge you when you're on there. So I'll tell you what, we're going to watch Spaceballs if we get that. I already sung the song. What we got is what we need. Da, ba, 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 ba. We're the Spaceballs. Watch out. Oh, Lord, Atlantis, the Lost Empire. I ain't seen that in forever and a day. No, I didn't get some dog meat for her. And kettle corn, that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm trying to see what I'm going to watch. I'm trying to see what I'm going to watch. It was going to be Star Wars, but like every one of them they have, you got to pay a darn fee. And I already have these, but they want you to pay even we have. How like their subscription? Shame on them. So because of that, I am not going to embrace those. What I'm going to do, I am going to watch something else for free. Let's see, they got Spaceballs and I know. AMC. Good, watch. No, I'm not doing it on AMC. No. Roku's got it. Watch live. Oh, it's on right now? Okay, so good. So Spaceballs is on right now live on Roku, which is a parody of Star Wars. And if you want to know one of my main inspirations on why I do skits is because of Spaceballs, the parody, the Mel Brooks parodies, also the Wayans family with In Living Color, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, Hollywood Shuffle, movies like that are one of the reasons why I like doing the skits and comedy. But I want to show you guys more than I'm not just a comedic actor. I could be dramatic, intense. I was really mainly known for doing dramatic, intense stuff before you're doing the comedic stuff. And only if Spaceballs will load up, it's being slow. I know it's live too, so. Yep, that's y'all saw my sweet puppy dog. Mr. Krabs runs Amazon. I believe it. Yeah, I do believe he runs it. I tried my best with that laugh. SpongeBob. I can't do a good Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. I could barely do a SpongeBob. That was horrible. Yeah, Wayans Brothers in middle school. Yes, the Wayans Brothers were classic. Legendary comedians and comedic actors. Honestly, their stand-up is not what I like the most. I mean, of course, they've had funny stand-up, but it's their parodies. That's one thing I've told so many people, and this movie's taking forever to load up, so I'm gonna find something else. That's one thing I've noticed for years. Some people are better comedic, like skit comedy actors, and some are better stand-up comedy, and some are better movie actor, like movie actor comedy type stuff. Some are better television, episodic style. It really varies. It's like once you find your niche, you just go along with it, And that's one thing I've learned just on social media in general, just learning my style, learning my niche, and just going with it. Really, really just going with it. So I'm sitting here, I'm trying to look for something right now. Even if we don't stick with the Star Wars thing, that'll be okay. because I really didn't plan. I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I might watch some tomorrow with Star Wars. If not, hey, we go with the flow tonight because the main the main concept is celebrating for the love of art. That's the main thing, for the love of art. That's the main premise. I'm trying to see what's the name of this movie. There was a. I'm on Tubi right now, y'all. If y'all just want to know. Ooh, excuse me, but yeah, I have that lined up. I have a lot more ideas for the channel lined up, and after having a really good creative session with my homies, shout out to Brandon Armstrong and Michael Thomas, also known as Slive, which you will see them in some of the vlogs. You will be introduced to them in some of the vlogs. Which one do I think I'm most like? Ooh. That's hard. Because I've taken bits and pieces from all of them. All of them. I'm really thinking about that now, Gabe. If there was any Wayans, like bro, like if there was any Wayans brother, you said you have Kanan, Damon, Sean, and Marlon. I would like to tend to be more like either, though I people would say I probably visually, because I'm bald headed, I would favor more towards Damon. I could take bits and pieces of each one of them. Bits and pieces of each one of them. Because I could be like wild and spontaneous like Marlon, but I could kind of be smooth and slide with it like Sean, but then I could kind of be really direct to the point in the creative mastermind like Keenan. That's a hard one. Because of Low Down Dirty Shame, I'm gonna say Keenan. Because he was Shame. I'm gonna say that. Because I love to be in a movie like the Shame movie. Low Down Dirty Shame. That's what I would say. And then, of course, like my favorites, I'm gonna get you, sucker, dirty mother. Don't say that. I'm gonna do something and put you in your place. That might be the movie I'll watch, y'all. Ain't no telling. Yeah, Damon from My Wife and Kids. Yeah, I remember My Wife and Kids. I remember watching it back in the day. Classic family show. These kids, I mean, and I'm not gonna blame it on the kids. It's that they don't really go after content like that, but they don't really go after good storytelling and weekly shows like that anymore, especially Black families. They really don't do that anymore. It's sad. It's honestly really, really sad. Right? It's really, really sad on that. But I am watching, let's see. Town of Dread Sundown. Now, Town of Dread Sundown, I was in the movie for Town of Dread Sundown, and it's based in Texarkana, which is not too far from here in Shreveport. Based on true events? No. Let's see. We're going to do something. But everybody, yeah, creatively, I've really been in a in the zone, and I'm going to continue to follow that. I'm really going to continue to follow that. So, well, that's what I say. Tonight, I'm gonna get some more skits and stuff down. Theater, networking and connections, meeting all the right people, and just really putting myself out there. So, I mean, I know I'm really, really casual with it right now, just sitting here literally in one of my shirts. And of course, this was a movie that I was in, ARTBREAK. Shout out to Mark Bonner. And literally just chilling. You guys are just watching me chill. But when I say more and more, I am going to sharpen my axe, as they say, change up the game. Presentation wise, things will improve. The lives will be more interactive, more entertaining. I am gearing towards that. Stay on this journey with me. It's going to take some time. It's not going to be immediate. I'm not going to even make any promises with it because I know, hey, Amelia, I know you were mentioning that before. You have a bad not keeping your promises. Hey, I'm the same way. But I really want you guys to hold me to it. I really want you guys to be like, hey, Ed, you know, how are those changes coming along? And then when you see it, in some situations, you'll just see it. I won't even have to announce it to you. More so is that you'll just see, you know, you'll see the changes as they come along. And yeah, that's about it. I know we've been on the live for 31 minutes. We are, I'm setting this as also in middle school. I used to imagine myself as Wayne's brothers with Sean and Marlon as their baby brother. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But you guys just join this venture right along with me, basically. And I don't take it for granted. I notice when I continue to push myself, things just continue to come. And that's what I'm just going to keep on doing. There is no other way to. There's no other way to look at it. It's just putting in the work and just doing it. However, what I did state earlier in the live, I'm going to share some more ideas that I've held in for years, some more creative ideas. Gabe, one thing, being around you, Gabe, you have rubbed off on me. And what I mean by that is you have a courage and a bravery to share the stories even from your childhood, and you're consistent with it. And you even dare to not only make a book series, you are planning another project from using that book series as, you know, the catalyst for that. And I admire that. And as a creative myself, as a writer, I've had ideas for years that I was just so afraid to release, ashamed to release. And then next thing you know, somebody else came out with them or something similar to it. And so I said, all right. And I'm going to say a little bit of on this live. I'm a big wrestling fan. I think I mentioned it before. Big wrestling fan. There's this Kickstarter for this wrestling game called UPW. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really exciting. Wrestling game is going to be coming out. I'm a member of the Kickstarter. And they're going to have several wrestling leagues within the fictional wrestling leagues within the game. One of them has the acronym of SGWA, which I created a fictional wrestling company called SGWA. Now, I don't know if the SGWA is going to stand for the same thing as mine, but once that acronym is taken, it's almost like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, say if I were to take my creative property with that same acronym out there to the world, then it'll become a legal battle. And I'll be honest, I ain't got the money to be doing that, and I ain't got time, I'm not going to stress myself out about that. So, because of that, I am going to start showcasing more of my ideas from childhood. Childhood, teenagehood, young adulthood, creative endeavors from storytelling, script ideas, movies, web series, different variety of stuff. It's so much, even songs, musically. And I just like for you guys to be on that journey right along with me. That's what I say. And though I've said a lot, that's not even literally 1% of what is coming, what's in store. That lets you know that's a heck of a lot. It's a whole heck of a lot. So that's my goal, basically. That's the long and the short of it. That is the long and the short of it. And yeah. So how y'all feel about that? I want to get your feedback. We've been live for 35 minutes. And my goal is to make it to an hour. Unless there's a huge demand for me to stay on a little longer, I'll do that. But if not, I'm not gonna linger it. Because there are some other things I have to do. And just watching reruns of shows now. I'm watching, y'all know I like a lot of old stuff. So I'm watching Wild Wild West TV series. I don't know why. I'm gonna tell you about this about me. I'm weird like that. I like a lot of old school obscure things from either like today's time or previous time or yesteryear. Because I feel like it's those properties that are not always celebrated are hidden gems. Everybody flocks to the same thing, and sometimes the quality it can just go down. But when you look at the hidden gems of certain things, it's like, wow, there's a real treasure there. And that could be the ingredient or the next thing that's a big boom, you know? Or that can really set off the imagination as a writer, as a storyteller, as a performing artist. And yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's how I found out about it. I remember Wild Wild West when I was a kid. I thought that was the only one. I didn't know it was a remake of a TV series. A lot of people hated that movie. I remember watching it. I thought it was cool just to see Will Smith, leading man. One of my inspirations on screen. Leading man has a legendary career. And it was not his best role. As a matter of fact, he turned down The Matrix for Wild Wild West, which I bet in retrospect you're like, but his career still boomed. I mean, he did Independence Day. He was going to eventually do Hancock. He was getting ready to do Ali, The Pursuit of Happiness, and he was already in Bad Boys, and he has so many other legendary action movies and dramas really just coming his way that, hey, the only thing about The Matrix is that was more the turning down the Matrix role. It was like a sting to the ego. Because now when you think of Matrix, you can't think about it without Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves was the perfect stoic character. It would have been a nice, interesting twist, though, if Will Smith would have been there. And then when you think about it, if Aaliyah wouldn't have passed away, she would have been in the second Matrix. But ironically, Will Smith's wife, Jada, was in the second Matrix. Oh, but if Aaliyah would have still been alive. Y'all, if Aaliyah would have still been alive, if Selena would have still been alive, if Tupac had still been alive, if Biggie had still been alive, Eazy-E. So many different artists. What would the world be like musically? Shoot, Michael Jackson. Even though that was going to be his last tour still. Whitney Houston, Prince. Aretha Franklin. Now, with Aretha Franklin, she lived a good, her life was fairly lengthy, but still you wonder what their opinions of today's time would be, Ooh, it was rough on him. And I'm looking at this show, Wild Wild West. One thing about shows like that back in the day, the fight choreography was really gritty. Like Robert Conrad really kind of paved the way for future action heroes, especially like within television episodics. And so that's what I'm watching right now. I know I like old obscure stuff. But I like newer stuff too. Anything that's I know that's really good and I just have time for. It's so many things I'll say. Oh, I like try that out. Look at that. See this, that, and the third. And a lot of times I don't. But let's see. In the silo, Will Smith and was fancy and Jamie Foxx. Did not know that. Oh yeah, I did. I did. Why I say I did not know that? I think when he said silo, yeah, was fancy from Jamie Foxx. So yeah, Garcelle Beauvois. Garcelle Beauvois. She was also in Coming to America as one of the Flower Girls. And Will Smith as Steve Rogers, Captain America, with a different story. That would be cool. I could see him if they would have made a Marvel movie back in the day with Captain America, and they said they wanted like a black Captain America. Will Smith would have been the perfect black Captain America. He would have. Superhero movies have evolved dramatically over the years because back in the day, in order for a superhero to be taken seriously, they couldn't wear the bright colors. Like I remember X-Men, all their suits were jet black. The only way you could tell them apart is by the outline within the suits. Like I remember Storm's was white, Cyclops' was I think blue or red. Jean Grey's outline was green. Wolverine's I think could have been red or yellow. And Rogue's was green or something like that. That was the only thing I remember. The outlines were very, very, you had to really look and pay attention to the outlines of the suit, which at that time was cool because it was passable. You could make it work. Blade had the all black look, which of course, if you look at the original comic book, it was that funky 70s style color. Spider-Man even had a darker tone. His suit was more dimensional. It wasn't just a plain, strong red and blue with the white webs. No, they had more metallic webs, more definition. They had more crimson and navy to it. And then you see like the Hulk, okay, he was green, but they tried to make him a little bit more dingier or more buffer and animated. A lot of people didn't like Hulk back then. And then even some of the early MCUs where they really started, taking off the lore, it was a little darker. But by the time Iron Man came out, it might have been a little darker, but they started polishing up and putting more color. And by the time the Avengers came out, when the first Avengers came out, that's when it was cool for superheroes to be colorful. I think X-Men: The Last Stand, because X2 was great. X2 was great because I was so excited. I said when I saw Jean Grey's eyes light up, I said the Phoenix is coming. I can't wait for the third one. But they butchered that third movie. If you are a comic book fanatic of X-Men, you are highly pissed by the end of X-Men: Last Stand. I wasn't really just as pissed as I was like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Jean Grey as the Phoenix does not team with Magneto and his group of mutants. No, as a matter of fact, she would take them on. Why would her eyes turn pitch black when it's supposed to be like fire? You know what I'm saying? Then you're Xing out, you're unaliving darn near everybody from the original lineup. And I understand, there's some comic books where the heroes get taken out, but don't take out darn near everybody. And I know I got my passionate bag about it. No, I knew they went too far when they took out Scott Summers, Cyclops. I'm like, nah, bad move. I could see Professor X because you watch the X-Men cartoon series, the last episode. I'm about to spoil something if y'all ain't seen it. He has his moment where he transitions, but he's still somewhat alive. But you have to go to the Shi'ar Empire to see him. Jean Grey, I can see you getting, taking her off. But not Cyclops. Cyclops is supposed to actually be there and left to grieve a couple of movies. This is where Emma Frost kind of come in and when you speaking of Emma Frost, Emma is supposed to try to manipulate the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is too powerful. And the Hellfire Inner Circle, Hellfire Council is supposed to try to manipulate Jean Grey. And see, I don't know all the comics. I'll be honest with you, I didn't read all the comics. But my source, when I think about X-Men, I'm going back to the 90s cartoon because the 90s cartoon was the most accurate to the comic books. That's why it was so great. And when you just flip the lore like that, it's like, no. And then shame on them for not giving Storm more shine, Halle Berry, because if something happened to Cyclops, Storm was second in command. She'd be the new leader of the team. And I wouldn't have had taken out Cyclops. I would just let him kind of just fade off into the scene so he come back and get his mind right. Or at least still be part of the team and bring him a Frost in. That's how they could have brought it in the Hellfire Council or Inner Circle. They screwed that up. I mean, I like how they brought more characters in. They brought Callisto. They brought Angel, who eventually I think became Archangel. Shadowcat. I know Rogue, one of those situations, Rogue got rid of her powers. Which that was another issue for me with the early 2000 series. Now, the first movie, I like the dynamic of Wolverine and Rogue having like a good buddy friendship kind of, Rogue is indeed a rogue, but she was such a damsel in distress and crybaby in the first movie. And she was like that throughout the whole series she was like that in the second X-Men movie and the third X-Men movie. But this is what I would have did. I would have made her the damsel in distress crybaby in the first movie, but by the second movie, she started having some damn attitude. Because if you read the comic books, and if you especially watch the cartoon, Rogue is a spitfire. She is the one, that one woman out of the team before even Jean Grey or Storm or Shadowcat or Jubilee or Emma Frost or any other woman in the X-Men or Psylocke, Skylock. Before any of them go to war, Rogue will be the first one to go to war. She will jump out herself. She's that Southern male hothead. And then you never had Gambit. That's another thing. They had Rogue in a romantic relationship with Iceman, which, okay, y'all, if anybody know the lore more than me, okay, maybe she did have a little thing going on with Iceman at one time. And I know they had Shadowcat come in later, which I believe the X-Men Evolution had Shadowcat and Iceman together. But we all know, why did you not have Gambit in that series fall in love with Rogue? Rogue is from Mississippi. Gambit is from Louisiana. Come on. It's right there for you. So if they are coming out with a new X-Men, I'm looking forward to seeing. Hopefully they do it right. I wish Jubilee was in the movie too. And I remember that show. It was a Spider-Man cross. That was legendary with the Spider-Man crossover. And Deadpool and Wolverine finally wears the official costume. Exactly. And then they did actually have Jubilee in a movie, but not in the early 2000s movie. It was like the late 2000s or early 2000 teens, maybe mid 2000s. By that point, it was like, Jubilee should have been that was because in the cartoon, really, that relationship where Wolverine kind of has like a somewhat loving relationship, semi-daughter relationship was with Jubilee. Jubilee should have been the damsel in distress. Yeah. And Rogue should already be the powerhouse. I can understand going into Rogue's backstory, but I would not have lingered on that. By the first half of the movie, like by the middle half of that first movie, Rogue would already start showing some damn attitude. That's just me. I would have never killed off. I would have never unalived Toad when Storm struck Toad out. Which I don't know if that was official unaliving or he was just omitted off the scene. Like his character's still alive, but he just said, "Okay, forget it. She electrocuted me like crazy. I ain't going back." Or I would have never taken Toad out the scene. I would have never taken Sabretooth out the scene. They would have came back in that second movie. Because for me, X-Men Last Stand was not done right for the mere fact I want to see, if you remember, Gabe, anybody watch the X-Men cartoon, when all of the X-Men run towards and fight all of Magneto's crew. I believe it's the Mutants of Doom or Evil Mutants. Y'all correct me on the name. I never knew their name. I know it's not like the Legion of Doom with DC and the Justice League with DC, but them colliding. So I remember it was Cyclops versus Havoc, Wolverine versus Sabretooth, Rogue versus Mystique, Storm versus Toad, Gambit, I think, versus Pyro, Jubilee versus Juggernaut, Jean Grey versus, I can't remember who she was fighting. Because I remember it by heart. And of course, Magneto versus Professor X versus Magneto. Let's see. I'm going to type this in. X-Men cartoon standoff. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Because X-Men was one of my favorite. Like, Lord, that's one of those shows that was really that get you deep off into the storytelling. Because I'll never forget playing the Sega Genesis game. I still got it too. Because I was like, "Ooh, Uncle, I want to play that game." And then Storm was my automatic favorite. You see a beautiful black woman on there. I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's an automatic favorite." And I thought Wolverine was X-Man. Like when I saw like the X-Men logo, I'm thinking, okay, the story is just solely about him, and then everybody else just follow. But no, X-Men is the group. And please don't change the name. It doesn't matter about gender, man. But keep X-Men in the name because you have men and women. So like X-Men people. That's just I'm in my X-Men bag right now. Forgive me. Sorry, not sorry. It's got me in the mood, and that's why that's what I'm talking about it. So yeah, and let's just see who was Jean Grey's like enemy in that lineup when they were running towards each other. And then there was the Uncanny X-Men pilot. They had power of lightning strike again. Rogue was one of the tough girls most boys were in love with. Exactly. She was a tomboy. She was a tomboy. She was the one of them girls to play with boys. She scraped her knee just as much as the boys, and not more. Jubilee was the more girly girl damsel in distress, and I would even say Jean Grey. Some people say Jean Grey was. Like Jean Grey, because she was the only one that didn't have a character name, a superhero name, so she just went by her actual name, Jean Grey. It wasn't until she got possessed by the Phoenix that people started, okay, we got to respect her. When she turned into the Phoenix, oh, shoot. You don't want to mess with her. X-Men stand up. I'm just trying to see who. Okay, here we go. Okay, now in the standoff, I don't think they have Jean Grey in the standoff, which could be for a reason. So yeah, I was right. Cyclops versus Havoc, Wolverine versus Sabretooth, Rogue versus Mystique, Gambit versus Pyro, Storm versus either Toad or is it? I think I'm trying to see who that is, and then Jubilee versus Juggernaut. I'm gonna do this here. Let me look up the intro. The intro is gonna show me because I need to. Da-da-da-da. And then when you hear the Whitney Houston song, "I'm Your Baby Tonight," da-da-da-da-da, and when somebody put that together, I said, "Lord, I can't unhear it." Okay, it's Toad. It was like some small. Who's the? I want to know all who's in that standoff villain characters. Because when they do that standoff, yeah, who are the villains at the end? Okay, I'm glad somebody asked that question. Because I already know majority of them. I know like once you get low, like further down in the line, they become a little bit more obscure, at least more mysterious. Whitney Houston didn't do the X-Men theme, but if you hear the arrangement, okay. So when you hear the song, so then you hear Whitney's song, "I'm Your Baby Tonight." When you start hearing that and somebody put it together, I said, Lord, they did that. Because I remember when I was a kid, I actually put lyrics to the X-Men song. Da-da-da-da-da, hear the X-Men, and there goes Cyclops. Then there's Wolverine, then there is Rogue, then there's my girl, boom, Storm, boom. The Beast, Gambit, Jubilee, then there's Jean Grey and Professor X, and they all are the X-Men. They're gonna kick your butt. They gon' kick it right. They gon' kick it with all of they might. They the X-Men, they gon' kick your butt, kick it right with all they might. They gon' do it so they can save the day. Cause they are the X-Men. Woo. I just shared a little creativity. Like I told y'all, I made that song up like, well, I put the lyrics to it. Somebody made some lyrics for the Justice League anime series. Well, y'all heard it here first. I put some lyrics to that X-Men thing. So anybody else take that? Like, no, I did it first. I am cited on May 4th, 2025. Of course, I sung it and created years ago. Me and my uncle used to sing it all together. God rest his soul. But I sure did. When I was a kid, I was like, yep, that X-Men was my show. Okay, so in that lineup was Magneto, Juggernaut, Warpath, Yuri, Talopi, Pyro, Mystique, Sabretooth, and Avalanche. Okay. So you're a Chalop. Okay, Warpath. I'm not too familiar with Warpath. Okay, so I thought one of them could have been Toad. So number 4 was Yuri Topoloi. Oh, Yuri Topolov. Okay. See, and that's the thing about comic book characters. There's so many of them that you're constantly discovering. You are constantly discovering and learning about new characters. It's so infinite and so vast. Hey, Rain Roberts, what's going on with you, Rain? How are you? You just got back from the con. How was the convention? I'll stay a little bit longer, y'all, since Rain just came in. I'm gonna give it like an extra 10 minutes. So we've been on live for 57 minutes, so I'll get on there an extra 10 minutes. You guys have to request if y'all want me on here longer. Okay, so yeah, so he's like a dwarf-like type character. Okay, cool. Because that's one thing I always notice with that face-off. I say because when I really get back in my action figure collection game again, because I collected Street Fighter action figures, X-Men, Power Rangers, WWE, different lores, different stuff like that. When I'm blessed financially, just want to BS on some money, I'm gonna get like my X-Men collection and get like the villains, update my Power Ranger collection, update my Street Fighter collection. Because Jada, shout out to the brand of the company is called Jada. I used to collect the Sota Street Fighter action figures, but now they have the Jada series. I'm gonna get the Jada series too. But I'm gonna get my X-Men together, and I'm gonna get the villains on the X-Men together, and I'm gonna just have my fantasy battle. I might just record it. I might try to do like a stop animation or something. But hey, I'm gonna do that. I'm a geek like that. I'm a real geek like that. I ain't ashamed. You got a lot of autographs? Awesome. What was the name of the convention? If you don't mind sharing, Case. Otaku Oasis. Was there a voiceover actor by the name of Common Casey? Cayman Casey or Common Casey? Because I'm friends with him on Facebook. Talented martial artist. I always said if I was a casting director, if I had the power, I would make him the Red Power Ranger. He's from Dallas. He does a lot of voiceover work, but he's a talented martial artist. Oh no, they weren't there? Because I know you're supposed to be at a convention, so I didn't know if that was the one that you were at. But speaking of conventions, everybody, anybody in Shreveport or anybody's looking forward to going to GeekCon in August? GeekCon. I know I would. I know I'd be excited to. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going this year. Just typing in something, everybody. And if you have not hit that like button, if you don't mind doing so for me, could you hit that like button to anybody who hasn't done it? That lets YouTube know that I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Every little bit counts, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. How much are the tickets? I have to see. I know they have like specials, like a all weekend pass. I don't know if all weekend pass is 100 or if that's like a little special VIP pass. I gotta check and see. As a matter of fact, I might do that now because I'm looking at something with a concert that's coming to town. 90s concert is coming to town, which is coming to town later this month. I'm really seriously thinking about going to it. And then y'all can see, some behind the scenes, just see a little clips of the adventures. So let's see what we're going to do here. GeekCon 2025 tickets. Let's see. If you are a fan of Charmed, a lot of the actors from Charmed are going to be at GeekCon this year. So it's going to be a Charmed GeekCon, that's for sure. It's going to be star-studded. Very, 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 very star-studded. Very. So let's see. Tickets on sale now. I'm going to show y'all tickets right now. At least I tell you the tickets. Okay, so the 10th anniversary Ultimate Pass full weekend is $150. But you get a lot of stuff. You get serial numbered framed GeekCon 10th anniversary print, entry to the Turtles Pizza Party, 5-pack of classic GeekCon prints from the past. You got t-shirts, anniversary pin, lanyard, art pin, GeekCon bag, 3-day pass, vendor room access, panel room access, cosplay contest access to Celebrity Row, which is cool. $150 for that. Then there's the Celebration Pass, which is $100, which just has a little bit less stuff. Then you have the Premium Swag Pass, that's $85. Basic Swag Pass is $80. Weekend Pass is $70. Saturday Pass is $55. Sunday Pass is $30. Friday Pass is $20. Kids Weekend Pass is $25. So that is the pricing. You never watched it that much? I remember watching it back in the day. It's one of those shows that I don't remember everything from it, but it was like one of those eras where I had a brief binge session and I was watching the heck out of Charm. It was like Charm used to come on either right before or right after Las Vegas on TNT back in the day. That's when I was homeschooled. So when I finished a lot of my schoolwork, I kind of sit back, watch some television. And I used to watch Charmed and binge watch Charmed, and then I would watch Las Vegas right after that, which is another legendary television series. If y'all remember the actor Josh Duhamel, he's on there. The late, great James Caan was on the show. James LaSure was on the show. A lot of lovely ladies is on the show. But yeah, it was Las Vegas about casinos, basically. About working in casinos. And then right after that or right before that, Charmed would be on. And Charmed was very popular. Yeah. I was homeschooled halfway through middle school and then all through high school. When people ask me, what high school do I go to? I tell them I'm homeschooled. And then rule of advice, if you ever homeschool your children, make sure they still have some extracurricular activities outside of homeschool. Like still take them out, get them in sports, theater, movies, music, get them in some social circles with other kids of their age. There's nothing wrong with homeschool because really your basic essentials, you want to make sure your child has an education. And sometimes when you're in the public school sector or even around people, it can be too many distractions. Bullying can be an issue. Lack of focus. Don't get me wrong, with homeschooling, you can have a lack of focus and a lack of discipline too. You have to be actually even more disciplined with homeschool because, if you're at the house by yourself, especially because I was the only child. So there were the pros and cons of homeschooling. I would recommend to anybody, everybody, but you have to make sure you have balance. If you have your child in homeschool, you must take them out and have them out with other friends, their age range, family members. Get them active, social, for sure. Curriculum is fine, even if you're teaching them from the house or because I had DVDs shipped to me. This is long before streaming. Long before streaming. My classes used to come by DVD. And their tests and everything are accredited and official. They are accredited school. I went to ARTBREAK Academy, graduation class of 2011. Shout out to ARTBREAK Academy. Homeschool class. Yeah, the bullying and John Barrowman is going to be there. Yep. Geeked out, yep. Doctor Who. Yeah, bullying was a huge issue. And that's why, I never fit in. I've always considered myself a little bit of an outcast myself, but hey, that's just me. I've never been the most coolest or the most popular. But hey, I do what I do. I do what I do. But even with that, you still keep on going. You still do what you got to do. Like I said, if anybody who has kids or is going to have kids or is even thinking about or even mention their parents about homeschool, you must make sure you are disciplined to get your schoolwork out the way, be disciplined to your studies, and stay social, stay active. You don't mean you got to be friends with everybody. I ain't saying that, but you at least need to know the trends, the times, everything like that. Be social, learn how to collaborate. Because I remember first time I was at homeschool and I went back to school, I lost track of the trends and I felt it. I was like, ooh, okay, so this is the turn. I said, oh, the times have changed a little bit. Yeah. It ain't just watching TV and watching 106 in Park or BET or MTV and nothing back in the day. It's like, oh, the slang has changed. If I ain't careful, I can, embarrass myself. So you want to be streetwise to that, You want to be hip to the game. That don't mean you get involved in everything. Because you can be a busybody and get yourself in some trouble. Like our own mutants. I think that's why I can relate to the X-Men so well. There's a lot of iconic lores I can't debate about. Like Dragon Ball Z, I always liked Dragon Ball Z as a kid, but I'm not like the biggest diehard of Dragon Ball Z. Like I can see more passionate Dragon Ball Z fans. Same thing with just anime in general. But when it comes to X-Men, I might not have read all the comic books, but I know that the cartoon was so accurate with the lore, I can go toe-to-toe with somebody on X-Men in the storytelling. Like, hold up now, wait a minute. No, this, that, and third was supposed to be like that. The only lore that I'm more dedicated to than just X-Men or just as dedicated to is Power Rangers, which I could talk about Power Rangers and Super Sentai, professional wrestling, because I used to really be a wrestling historian to the T. Like, it wasn't just WWE. I'm talking about WWF before they changed the name. WCW, ECW, AEW when it first started, TNA, and even the more obscure wrestling companies like XPW, WWA, World Wrestling Alliance or World Wrestling All-Stars, Lucha Underground, Wrestling Society X, Wow, Glow, Wrestlelicious, Mid-South Wrestling, World Class Wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, Portland Pro Wrestling, Power Pro Wrestling, like literally obscure stuff, even with wrestling games. I used to just be very, 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 I would go there. even old classic wrestling in the 50s and 60s. And like, yeah, I'm like that. Another lore that I'm very, very into is James Bond. It's like, okay, I can debate with James Bond because I that's one of the few lores I know the movie filmography lineup like the back of my hand, at least because I'll know from the time from Dr. No, from Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, Diamonds Are Forever, Live and Let Die, Man with the Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, and Never Say Never Again was in the same year. View to a Kill, Living Daylights, License to Kill, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace. Then it was Skyfall. Then I started losing track. Y'all see I'm thinking more. Then it was Spectre. And then the final one, No Time to Die. That's the entire James Bond filmography. And I excluded the original Casino Royale. That's not considered in the lore. And A View to no, I Never Say Never Again was outside the traditional lore. And then there's the video games. Y'all see, I just went through the entire James Bond like filmography in order. Any James Bond fan counter me on that. Calvin Dyson and other James Bond channels, when they would be like, no, he's right. He knows the chronological order. That's another one I can actually dive off into. Yeah, see, Casey, you're like an anime teacher. Yep. Because you're into anime like that. So that's the thing. Those are like the few lores I can like debate with. James Bond, Power Rangers, WWE. What was the other one? I didn't get forgetful. James Bond, Power Rangers, WWE, X-Men, and Street Fighter. In the mid-2000s, because I was collecting the action figures. In the mid-2000s, if y'all ever watch one of my TikToks, I was talking about how I used to collect the figures. Mid-2000s, I got into a Street Fighter fanatic binge. And it was because the action figure line. And that's why I keep the ones I have, and I want to start collecting the new ones again. But, you know, financially, I got to be blessed for that. And my priorities in a much different place. But I used to know the Street Fighter lore to science. Like how you used to like how you make fan fictions, Gabe. I used to make my own fan fictions of Street Fighter. When Street Fighter, the animated series, the animated television series, used to be on Movieplex. There was a Sunday I would not miss it. I'm like, oh y'all, can we hurry get back home from church? Because I want to see Street Fighter on Movieplex. I got to record it on the VHS. Y'all heard me say VHS, right? Yeah. Recorded on VHS. And I hate it when I missed it. I'm like, damn, I missed it. But then I got the DVD. Now, that's an anime. It's like if it's associated with Street Fighter or a fighting game, I love animes like that. And I actually need to check out the X-Men anime. But yeah, Street Fighter, out of all the fighting video game lores, I know Street Fighter the most. I know a lot about Mortal Kombat, but I still need to learn more. I barely know anything about Tekken. Y'all would easily get me with Tekken. And I'm not a Tekken hater. I'm just not the most familiar with Tekken's lore. Dead or Alive didn't have the strongest lore. Neither did Virtua Fighter, or at least not the most popular lore. But Street Fighter, and I'm going to also say anything not only just with Capcom, but SNK as well. SNK is kind of like up there with me now. When it comes to the lore, they're going to come out with a Fatal Fury game. And Capcom versus SNK 2 got me into SNK. And I can get into their lore because like everybody don't know with SNK, they got like 3 to 4 fighting game brackets that they split, and they don't know that King of Fighters is a combined team tournament. They don't know that Rugal Bernstein is the reason why you have a King of Fighters, but there's Art of Fighting and there's Fatal Fury. Ryo Sasaki, I believe, and Robert Garcia in the Art of Fighting. They're like the Ryu and Ken of Art of Fighting. Then Terry Bogard and Joe Higashi, I believe, are the leading heroes of Fatal Fury. See, I know anybody, y'all, if you don't know, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, if you know what I'm talking about, but I know my stuff with that now. Mega Man. Yep. My uncle, God rest his soul, used to play Mega Man like crazy. And I'm thinking about delving into Mega Man. At one point, I didn't like Mega Man because I'm like, he's too kiddie looking. He looks like a kid. Well, I call him Mega Man and he looks like a kid. But now I'm kind of want to embrace it. Yeah. And then when it comes to video game lore, like another video game lore, if we're talking about a shooter, everybody talks about Call of Duty, and I'm not a Call of Duty hater. I just don't follow it. Sometimes I just don't follow mainstream. I guess because I was never like the most popular. I follow obscure things that are still mega hits. I know the Hitman series lore, almost all of it to a science, like to the umpteenth detail. I love stealth assassin games. Metal Gear Solid. Now I have not played all the Metal Gears, but I can play Metal Gear Solid front to back. I've played Metal Gear Solid 2. The one I want to play, and I used to have the demo on, I think I still have the demo, came out in 2004, Snake Eater. Snake Eater was legendary from what I heard, and I never played that game, but I remember the song, Snake Eater. I know that sounds horrible because my voice, I didn't go, Snake Eater. There you go. That's better. Yeah. But that. And Far Cry. Now, the earlier Far Cries, I don't know all their lore, but by Far Cry 3, oh yeah. When the Far Cry 3, I'll never forget the E3. Was it E3 2012 or E3 2013? When they came out with the trailer or a demo, they showed a demo of Far Cry 3. I fell in love. It was love at first sight when I saw Far Cry 3. When I saw Far Cry 3's demo, I went back and played Far Cry 2 and 1. Well, I didn't play Far Cry 1. I played Far Cry Instinct's Predator, which I would kind of consider like an off of one, but I played that. Far Cry 2 was good, but it was very frustrating because there was a lot of unnecessary BS in that game that they really sharpened on by the third one. It's like if they ever remaster Far Cry 2, I would definitely have the quick travel, and I would not have the lead character getting shot at, and he's working for the same faction that's shooting at him or her, because they didn't have bring female leads in yet. It wasn't until like 5 or 6. Yeah, with Joseph Seed and then Giancarlo Esposito's character in the last one. But yeah, I know Far Cry's lore to a science. There's some other ones other Far Cry's I need to play that I haven't played. I haven't played the Caveman one, and I have the New Dawn, but I barely played that. And there was like a Blood Moon one that I've yet to play. But I know that one too. So it's certain ones that I know like that. I was like, yeah, we can click. You heading out, Case? You have a good one, Casey. Look, I'm sorry. I was rambling so much. You have to head off. You have a go. Yeah, you have a good one too. Everybody wave at Casey. And forgive me, Casey. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I started yapping and got into my little creative zone. So forgive me. I don't ever mean to ignore anybody. I wasn't ignoring as much as I was just chatting and talking. And I got into my zone with it. You have a good night, Casey. Everybody wave to Casey. Rain Roberts. Good night, Casey. Yeah, but we're not going to be on this live too much longer. I got to head out myself. I've been on the live for an hour, 19 minutes, so we're going to start wrapping it up. I want to thank everybody for coming in. This is a Sunday night stream. Tune in tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Between 8 o'clock and 8:30 is the start time. We will do this again Monday and Friday. Also, I'm going to be working on some skits soon. I have one more assignment I got to knock out before this semester is over with. And got some skits I got to work on and some other things I got to work on. And you guys will see one of those skits tomorrow. I'll hold you to it. Plus, there is a restaurant review that I want to talk to y'all about, which will be in a vlog. You will see it. You will actually see me do a food review. If you remember, I used to do food reviews. I'm bringing those back. That's going to be part of the vlogging so I can build up my video repertoire here on the channel. And like I say, change is coming slowly but surely. You will see new things happen on this channel. We're going to get more interactive. We're going to get more fun with it. I will get more professional with it. And y'all just tune in and stay on this ride with me. All right? That's what we're going to do. I'm going to sit here and watch these reruns of Wild Wild West, but I'll probably watch something else on YouTube too. But yeah. So thank you all for coming in. Y'all have a blessed night. And I've been really enjoying these thumbnails, and I might keep some of these thumbnails like long term because they're pretty good. Nothing can replace human creativity or human hand. Some things are just good and convenient, but hey, we're going to make sure human creativity will always remain on top no matter what. We thank AI. AI is a good assist, but human creativity will always be on top. AI is just a good help hand. But I'll show y'all some more of those, and I'm going to start showing y'all some more ideas from my childhood and start putting the stamp on there that this is mine, and we're going to showcase it, and we're going to have fun with it. And being around you, Gabe, has really inspired me to start taking that risk. So everybody, y'all have a blessed night. It's been fun. I love talking with y'all. And we will do this again. Okay? Peace. Bye.